guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this Elite Series 72 reaction video. It's kind of a preview video as well. A lot of these images came out a couple of days ago. Of course, we are in Wrestling Week at the moment. We got the Raw season premiere. We've got SmackDown moving to Fox. We've got the first Wednesday Night War. So there's a lot going on. So we weren't able to do it a couple of days ago. And actually, I'm glad that we didn't, because there was one figure missing, and those images have just come through. So we've got all 6 of the core figures that we can take a look at now. And I do think this is a very, very good series. Let's start, shall we, with Rey Mysterio. You can see it on screen right now. I believe this was his ring attire when he returned to SmackDown Live. You might remember he was used in a Royal Rumble. He was used in a Greatest Royal Rumble. But then he came back properly full-time on SmackDown Live. And I think this is from his SmackDown Live kind of re-debut, if you will. And it's cool. I'm really into it. I really like the green and black. It's got updated tattoos. Obviously the updated mask as well. So it's got that like mohawk down the center. Really like the logo on the top that it comes with. The changeable hands as well. This is just a really solid, great-looking Rey Mysterio figure. You could argue there's been better in the past, but I think this is really good. And as we said, it's got all that extra tattoo detail, and it's got that new updated mask. For me, I'm floating around a 9 out of 10 for this figure. I'm really excited to see it, so I think that's a very strong entry. Next up, we've got Buddy Murphy, and this is a little off. There's something just a little off about the hair and the beard. I think the face scan itself is fine. As we know, all of these are now True FX. Kind of goes without saying. So I think that the face itself is fine, but it's just something about the beard colouring that just doesn't look quite right, and there's just something about the hair sculpt, the way that it's attached, just doesn't look quite right. Obviously it comes with a cruiserweight belt. I really like the attire, the rip shorts, I think look cool, the logo on the knee pads as well, and as we said, overall, I think this is a really solid Buddy Murphy. I believe this is first time to line. I can't remember a previous Buddy Murphy, so for a first time to line figure, I think it's very strong, but I think they will do better in the future. So I'm kind of floating around an 8 out of 10 for this. So not a disaster by any means, but I think there will be better on the way. Next up, we got Batista, and wow, this one is hard to criticize. When you first see it, I don't think it really kind of jumps out at you. I mean, it's got a lot of tattoo detail, but they really needed to pack this the other way round. Look at the back of this Batista figure. Like, that is tattoos to a whole different level. We've had a Batista similar to this in the past, and they made the same mistake then. They sent a load out with him facing forwards, and then they changed it and turned him around in the box, because they knew that all of the detail and the work was on the back. So I don't know why they've done that again here. Maybe they will turn him around in the packaging again. Perhaps they'll do that as a running change. Because I don't think that the front of the figure really sells the figure as well as the back of the figure. So yeah, absolutely incredible. Obviously comes with a flat cap. Comes with glasses as well. Tattoos on the hands. Comes with a microphone. I mean, accessory-wise, you don't get loads here. It's all about the detail on the figure. This is such a great Batista figure. Honestly, it might be the best. It might be the best because it's obviously got more tattoos than any that we've seen previously. I think the face scan on it is really strong. I like the ring attire as well. It's not just black. It's obviously red. I think the boots are quite interesting. Slightly different tones in colour. So, yeah, I'm really into this. I'm at about a 9.5. And I could be convinced to go even higher than that. Next, we got Becky Lynch. And for me, this is the most interesting figure because it's brilliant and weird at the same time, because you get the man, Becky Lynch. Also, feels like the belly button issue has been resolved. Like, I can't see the belly button indentation on this figure. Like, if that has been resolved, that is a big, big tick from me, because that is something that I have been critical of for quite a while. The fact that she's wearing a t-shirt, yet the belly button always goes in. I can't see that here. So we're going to have to wait till the figure comes out to know if that has been resolved or not. It comes with, like, obviously a leather jacket. It's not really a leather jacket. Looks a little thin, that leather jacket, but that is, you know, not an issue. It looks cool all the same. Love the logo. I am the man on the back. So far, all good. The face, though, I mean, the actual face itself does look like Becky. I think there's a real accuracy there. So I think the true effects has been good. But why that facial expression? Why is she pouting? She looks like she's about to give Seth Rollins a little kiss. And I don't really understand why they went with that. Like, of all the facial expressions they could have gone with, they went with that one. Now, I would have to rewatch WrestleMania. I would have to see, you know, did she pull that facial expression as she held those two titles in the air? You know, is this iconic? Is this an iconic look for Becky Two Belts? I honestly, I don't know. But I just look at the figure in isolation and everything looks fine. Looks really good. Apart from the facial expression. So, for me, I'm at around about an 8 out of 10 for this. I do think it's one of the better Becky figures. Obviously, it's the first man figure that we're getting. So that's quite important. But, yeah, I'm not too sure why they went with that facial expression. Roderick Strong up next. And this might be Roderick Strong's first figure. I know he was meant to have a basic that I don't think came out. Then he was meant to have an NXT TakeOver Elite, which I don't believe came out. And so now it's third time lucky. And Roderick Strong finally gets a figure that's going to get released. And what's really cool about this is it is Undisputed Era themed. That's quite important because we've had Undisputed Era figures. There was an Epic Moments pack that came with Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and we've been waiting to add Roderick Strong to that lineup. Of course, there's 4 people in Undisputed Era. This is the missing 4th man. So it was very important that they got this out there. I can't remember this ring attire, though. I was under the impression his ring attire was quite plain when he was in Undisputed Era. I don't remember him having such wild ring attire, so I'd have to go back and see if I could find that. It's not really a criticism. I just don't know how it's going to look compared to all the other figures. Obviously, you get the Undisputed Era top, which is very important. You also get an Undisputed Era chair. Like, I don't know where that came from, but it's cool all the same. Really like the face scan on this thing. I think that's quite solid. And as we said, like, you've got, like, Undisputed Era top, which is important. I don't know if that is on the trunks. I feel like it might be on the side, but we're going to have to get the figure to actually see if it's got Undisputed Era on the actual trunks. I'm feeling about an 8.5 for this. I would have liked a cloth t-shirt. I'm still got question marks about the ring attire. I think the figure itself looks fine. I like the chair accessory, but I'm at about an 8.5. So I think this has more value if you've got that Epic Moment set, if you've got those other Undisputed Era figures. This on its own, I don't think carries as much value, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So yeah, it's perfectly fine figure all the same. Final figure then for us to talk about, the Velveteen Dream. D-R-E-A-M is. Here he is, look, and this is the figure we were waiting for. Well, there was one image that was doing the rounds a couple of days ago, but obviously these images are much, much better. And I thought he was bare-chested in this, but I don't think he is. I think that's like a top that he's wearing underneath this suit, and what a suit that is. Now, my only criticism of this figure is that is not even in my top 5, like, Velveteen Dream ring attires. I think it's quite bright and interesting, so it's not bad, but there's definitely others that I would have preferred. So I think this is cool. It's like a baby blue. It's got his glasses logo like all over it. Face scan is really cool. Obviously, you get his 3-lensed glasses as well, which is really cool. I really like the hair on this, the way that it's up. And as we said, you know, the face looks really cool. There's a lot of positives. There really are a lot of positives. And probably the biggest positive, that North American Championship, which for me might be the best belt in WWE. It's either that or the United Kingdom Championship. So to actually see that championship, that North American Championship, which we did get with Adam Cole. So we have had it recently, but man, it's still a stunning looking belt, and for me, it really makes this figure. So I'm at about an 8.5. Only criticism from me is that this ring attire wasn't the most exciting that they could have done, but it is still pretty impressive. I do feel like there will be better Velveteen Dream figures in the future, but this is very, very strong. So I'm very pleased with this. I'm very pleased with this series. I think that all of those figures were around an 8 or higher. So you can see just how strong Elite Series 72 is. So let me know your thoughts, guys, down in the comments below about Elite Series 72. The final thing I want to show you is actually from Storm figures. Now, Storm do those like Hulk Hogan figures, which I never touch because I'm waiting for proper Mattel Hulk Hogan figures. So I'm not interested in those personally. But I am interested in this. This is Jushin Thunder Liger. Now, I don't think Mattel will ever make a Jushin Thunder Liger. Jushin Thunder Liger, of course, is a New Japan Pro wrestler and legend. Has competed in NXT, did a one-off match against Tyler Breeze. And wow, what a figure. I would love for Storm to just go through some of these legends that are like Ring of Honor and Impact and New Japan and legends like Inoki, and do you know what I mean? Like, just great talents that I don't think Mattel will ever make. And I don't think they'll ever make a Jushin Thunder Liger. So if you want to add this to your Mattel collection, it should be in scale, should be there or thereabouts, and it's gonna look absolutely stunning. What a figure that is. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe. Whenever there is wrestling figure news, I will bring it to you, and wrestling news, and watch-alongs, and reaction videos, and toy hunts, and pretty much anything and everything. So if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe and make sure that you join us. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.